Text number, text us your answer, and you can win 2 tickets to go and see Northern Ireland against England at Old Trafford. It certainly should be some match if David Healy can continue this form. They say we're not Brazil, we're Northern Ireland, but that was a Brazilian-like strike. Exceptional. We did talk about him before the programme. He does the unexpected. It's probably what set it up was a bad first touch, which set it up lovely for him, and he's hit it so well. To be fair, we were coming back into the game a little bit. Jess played a nice little ball, right foot, left foot volley. I can't tell you how difficult the technique that is. It's scary. It is a fantastic finish. And team celebrations compared to Wales, Michael.
Compared to the Arms Park, yeah, I think the nature of that goal, he could have done anything and celebrated and got away with it. But as Jim says, it's ironic. The ball takes a little bobble, and then it just sets up for him, and it's just pure instinct to say, I'm just going to hit this. And on his left side, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter, right foot, left foot. He's capable of that, and the technique and where it goes in, goalkeeper's no chance. We've been absolutely flooded with text messages, certainly after David Healy scored. I'll give you a couple of them. Danny Fox from Belfast said, what will they be saying if Rooney had scored that goal? Chris from Carrick said, best goal he's ever seen. That's who Liverpool need up front. Big Rab said, screamer goal from David Healy. Ronaldo Healy, Thierry Healy, it goes on and on.
It reminds you of the Thierry Henry goal against Manchester United, where he's touched it, he knows exactly where the goal is. The second David Healy's hit that, he's thought goal. Yeah. He's that instinctive. It was an exceptional finish.
Leeds are watching him tonight. Surely his price must go up after that.
Well, he's in a great position. He's a Bosman at the end of the season. If his price doesn't go up, his wages will, I think. So, I mean, but I would like to see David get a chance at a Premiership club. I mean, 16 goals and 39 internationals for a smaller nation is a phenomenal record, and I think that he's more than capable of playing his trade in the Premiership.
I know we could watch that strike for the whole 15 minutes sitting here at half-time, but let's look at some of the other incidents in the first half. Early chances for Northern Ireland. We did start brightly, Jim.
I thought we started very confidently. Every time we'd gone up the field, that's a great chance. Yeah. I think if that happens later on, Quinny would do better with that.
The free kick here, Colin doesn't realise how much time he's got. He gets a bit on it, and a better header, a firmer header, and maybe either side of Manninger would have been struggling a little bit.
He makes contact, he thinks it's a goal as well, doesn't he? It's in that area, it's a great ball in, he makes contact with it, centre halves think it's a goal. You know, I think in hindsight, if he has a little look and directs his header a little bit better, it's a goal. But very positive.
And one thing under Laurie Sanchez, our set pieces are improving. David Healy had a great chance from a free kick as well.
Yeah, this is a great strike. You know, he obviously works hard in these. This is right foot this time, and he gets it up and down quickly over the wall.
I thought that was it.
Manninger scrambling across his goal there. You know, goalkeepers always give the impression that they have it covered in them circumstances. I'm not so sure whether that was the case, but he's got a lot of pace on it, and he's got, you know, able to get it up and down over the wall quickly. And I mean, that just shows, you know, even from dead ball situations, what he's capable of.
I should just remind people, if you are going to enter our half-time competition, where did Northern Ireland last play England in the World Cup qualifier? We saw that Glenn Hoddle chance tipped over by Pat Jennings. Already thousands of you are texting us you want your hands on 2 tickets to go and see England against Northern Ireland at Old Trafford, so keep your answers coming. We'll move on with the analysis. Unfortunately, after that start, it was same old Northern Ireland, 1-0 down.
We got caught on the break. Our 3 midfield players got too advanced to the ball. They broke quickly. They are counter-attacking side. Great goal. Yeah, you've got to say they cut us to shreds.
Good goal. I mean, Colin got caught a bit square here, and the ball's played in behind him, which I think sometimes happens when you play with 3 at the back. And Vastek's very calm in there and just rolls it across for shot. It's a good goal from their point of view, but I think defensively we've got a lot of bodies back there, but people aren't picking up, and sometimes that happens when you play with the 3 at the back.
And the early confidence gives you that. I think all 3 midfield players thinking they might be on the end, they're picking up second balls. You've got to have at least one disciplined.
Did that come from our formation, not playing 4-4-2 and playing 5 across the middle, do you think?
I think it comes a variety of reasons. Initially because the midfield players are ahead of the ball, and I think in the second, I think Laurie will probably designate one of the midfield players, and I would imagine that'll be Jeff Whitley, to play a central holding position and just concentrate on defending. The other 2 midfield players, well, due respect to Jeff, are better football players and more creative, and let them have a bit more licence.
But still, Northern Ireland came back into the game, and another great chance from Colin Murdoch.
Yeah, this is a good header again. I think it hits Mark Williams actually, and it comes back again. He wins the header.
What he has done well, he's gone and attacked the ball again.
He has a knack of finding the ball in the box. I've seen it do it quite a lot for Hibs as well. set pieces. And you know, I think if we can get him isolated on our set plays as well, that he will definitely win the majority of the ball, and anything else that's dropping in there, everyone else has got to be alive.
Absolutely. Even here, you know, well, the first header, if we have someone reacting off him, I think if you can get balls in the box around Big Colin and people reacting off second balls, I think you might have a little chance.
Yeah, is that the plan for the second half? You think we've got to get the ball into the box as often as possible, take our chances?
I think once we scored the goal and we actually started getting little triangles with the three midfield players, I thought we looked really confident, very composed.
A different team, to be honest.
Absolutely, and I know the goal can do that. I mean, it would lift any team, but I just thought if we regain a little bit of composure and just start picking off their midfield, I think we do stand a good chance of getting another goal.
Yeah, you were saying perhaps second half before we scored, change it 4-4-2. You think we should keep the formation the way it is now? I
would keep it the way it is at the moment. I would just designate one of my midfield players to be slightly more defensive and a bit more disciplined. But it's amazing that Northern Ireland probably didn't want half time to come at the time it did come. You know, so they've got to start again now.
The good thing about them, they've got the right personnel on to change it. Do you know? So it wouldn't be a problem to them. And maybe getting Keith Gillespie a little bit more advanced would help the cause a little bit more. George McCartney is really a full-back playing in a wing-back position. And if he's going to play wing-back, he needs to be pushed on a lot further up the field.
And as you say, Northern Ireland didn't want half-time to come because they produced a great save from Maniger.
That's right. I mean, it's a great ball. I think we see it here. A great ball played in from Keith Gillespie. And Connie does brilliant. He's a great header because he's a good distance out. And
that's a super save.
When you see it from behind the goal, Manninger is really at full stretch here, and he just gets enough on it to turn it around the post.
And you have to say he's been the busiest of the two keepers.
Definitely, yeah. Really.
You know, he's made a couple of good saves.
And the resulting corner, George McCartney. It just showed you that after the goal, we seemed so alive and so bright. We were taking short corners and getting shots on goal, and hopefully that can continue.
And perhaps just a reminder for those of you who perhaps are just joining tonight, half-time, it's Northern Ireland 1, Austria 1, and Northern Ireland equalising with one of the best goals I think we've ever seen at Windsor Park. Here it is. Talk us through it again, Jim. David Healy, pleasure for you.
Bad first touch, second touch, outstanding. It was, we were all up. It was just... this lad can do this. He can produce this.
I mean, he had been sort of not anonymous but quiet, just working hard and trying to get himself into the game, and then he just lifts the whole atmosphere of the team and the stadium and everything, and special players that are able to do that, and he certainly is a special player.
Okay, Michael, Jim, thank you for the moment. As David Healy, we watch it just one more time. It gets even better. It's been 3 years since Northern Ireland last won a competitive international, but the Northern Ireland fans certainly have been loyal throughout that time, and there's been a big sea change at Windsor Park, and one man who's been responsible for that is the Community Relations Officer, Michael Boyd, and we can talk to him now. He's live with Mark Sidebottom.
He is indeed, Stephen. We're just...
Passion, commitment, but I think most of all, Northern Ireland now have a belief.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they have a resilience about them, which if you'd have watched the first game against Poland, you wouldn't have been able to see. But now they've come back. The Wales game obviously gave them that confidence. Going away to Azerbaijan was a great result for them, regardless of the opposition. Getting a point away from home now is a major point for them. And tonight showed great character, albeit against, you know, again, silly mistakes that have cost them.
Yeah, and a team we should have beaten. Let's look at some of the action from the second half. Colin Murdoch goal first of all, Michael, edging us in front.
I mean, he's done this all night. They have a midfield player picking him up who's not comfortable with it. And Colin, that was one of the better headers that he got on target. I actually think it takes a deflection
David Healy celebration
off
there
David
too.
Healy, so I'm sure he will claim that, no doubt. But it probably wasn't going in without the touch of David. I think it brushed his chest here, we'll see it. I mean, from the Austrian point of view, they'll be a bit disappointed. It's poor defending from their point of view between the guy in the post and Manninger. But we identified that if we could get Colin isolated all night, that we would get something off it, and it proved to be the case.
Absolutely. I mean, from our point of view, it's a great goal for us. But from an Austrian point of view, it's poor organisational for them. To allow one of our better headers to score goal by allowing a midfield player to pick him up, it's poor.
They didn't even change it after that. No. Shop continued to pick him up after that, which was, you know,
and we still got a bit more joy from
on their side. Was poor.
But sadly, 2-1 in front. You're in a position you can now go on and win the game from. I mean, what happened next?
You're committing suicide. I mean, right from the kick-off. Roy, 9 times out of 10 will save that. He will be devastated watching it again. I mean, it's a basic goalkeeping error.
The text flooded in. Neil from Lisburn says that's a schoolboy error. Shocking mistake, says Paul from County Tyrone, and I'm a Man United supporter. It's not the first time Royal Carroll's made a blunder like that. Alfie Watterson says, blame the manager. Why did he drop Mike Taylor? I mean, that is an awful mistake, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, the selection's backfired on Laurie slightly, you know, obviously. I mean, I played 2 years with Roy at Wigan, and he is an excellent goalkeeper, but I think mentally sometimes his focus isn't. That was always a question mark.
Absolutely, he didn't really have that much to do.
No. Yeah, he didn't have a busy
really,
night
you know,
at all,
only
you know.
towards the end where, you know, you're throwing caution to the wind. Did he have to do a little bit more? But, you know, concentration at this level is so important. To knock off and switch off at such a crucial stage, it's very, very disappointing. And, you know, if you're one of the outfield players, you're going to feel devastated by it. And to be fair, we took a little bit of time to come together again.
Yeah.
You know, them scoring the other goal obviously deflated us a little bit.
David Healy, we will look at his goal that he scored in the first half again, but he had another chance with a free kick to equalise again. Yeah,
it's a good strike. We'll see it here. He hits it with, I think, his right foot.
Oh, we're still waiting to have a look at that. Yeah, let's have a look at that David Healy strike if we can. Here it is, Michael.
Yeah, he looks right footed this time again. Takes a slight deflection, and Maniger sees it late actually, but it's another good save. It's a good height for him actually. Had it been slightly higher or slightly lower, it may have crept in.
Okay, thanks for the moment. Sorry to interrupt you, Jim. We can go back live again to Windsor Park. David Healy would try and claim the second goal as well. Let's look at the Austrian goal, which brought them, took them back in front again, and again some bad defending, Jim, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, Colin swipes out of here with his right foot. It's good composure by the 9, and it's a wonderful finish. But it's just, again, we seem so our back three are so stretched, and again the individual error, they just capitalise on it.
And we are slow to react again.
It's just slow again to react, as Jim says. You know, there's no pressure on the ball once it comes back.
You know, as soon as the ball goes over your shoulder as a defender, you've got to react. There's Mark Williams. He sees it. He sees him swinging. He hesitates. By the time he does that, especially at this level, you can't emphasise that enough.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, I think we've seen enough of that insert now. We want to see the equaliser, don't we? Let's take a look at the Northern Ireland equaliser as quickly as we possibly can, because running out of time here at the end of the programme. It was a gutsy way to fight back, have to say, Stuart Elliott.
It wasn't the best corner, no, you have to be honest.
No, it wasn't.
You know, it didn't really get into the right spot, but Keith Gillespie does fantastic well here. He picks Quinny out. Quinny, great composure, fantastic header.
We were out of our seats.
And very brave Stuart Elliott. I'm not sure about their keeper, but a great way to end it. They definitely deserve to get something out of the game.
Yeah, certainly, Michael, very briefly, deserved the draw, should have got the win.
At least the draw, you know what I mean, and I'm pleased for Laurie, you know, again, at home individual errors have cost him, but we see tonight that there's certainly a lot of spirit in the side, so it augurs well for the rest of the
game. Thank you, Michael, thank you, Jim. What an exciting night it has been at Windsor Park. Northern Ireland deserved the win, they got a draw thanks to a wonder strike from David Healy and a great equaliser from Stuart Elliott. Bring on England. Bye-bye for now.